uniforms.
Yeah, and I've seen some of that called throughout the week as I've watched these early rounds. And I think it's good to teach the kids while they're young how much that matters. We had a case where one player had one different logo on the back, and the ref stuck to their guns, and he had to change his shirt. I think it's good. I think it teaches them at a young age how to be prepared. You got to bring multiple shirts. We've talked about, you know, different players at different levels.
And just being professional, understanding the rules, following the rules. One of the things that we've been able to do over the last couple of years is have full-time referees at all these tournaments. What that does is it creates some parity. We're not having players, ref players, things like that. And so as a consequence, as these players become adults and compete in the world championships, etc., they understand the policies that are in place and enforced by referees. And it makes refereeing easier. And speaking from experience, having refed, well, I refed in 2010 at the World Championships, and we've seen a tremendous change in the deportment of players on the court because they understand that the referees are trained, they're doing the best they can, they're impartial, and so there's not so much discussion, arguing, debating, which takes away so much from the play. So it's been really good to see, and we have 22 officials here from all over the world. It's great to see them enforcing these rules, giving technicals when technicals should be given, and it really cleans up the game and keeps it professional, which is what we want at the IRF.
I think another good standard with the referees too is you can't referee your home country. So if you're from Mexico, you won't be refereeing a match that has Mexican players. If you're from England, you won't be refereeing players from England and that sort of thing. I think it's good. It keeps it clean and takes away any possibility of a bias.
Absolutely, so it should. We have line judges on this court. Looks like players are ready to start. I'm not sure what the delay is. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about this match. My understanding is that it's a round robin. Okay, so I think we're missing a line judge.
Yeah, it looks like
so the referee, our official from Mexico, says we can either start without a line judge or we can wait for the line judge. And it looks like we're going to start.
Well, we'll take a real quick second then to just thank our sponsors for making this event possible, including Penn. The official ball of the IRF is the Penn green ball. You'll see the players tracking that into the sidewall against the green turf, so good luck to them with that. And, of course, E-Force. You want to win or what? Olivia will start out serving.
Second serve called. Of course, on our left for Bolivia is Laime. We saw her play earlier in the singles match with Gabby Martinez. Looks like we'll have a replay here. No line judges, so got to go with it. First serve. She was playing in the 16s, so she's playing up a division. She's playing with her counterpart on the right side, Meneses. So, we saw Bolivia last night, which was streamed on our YouTube channel live, and they hung around with Guatemala for a little while, and then in the second game, they got blown out. I think the score was 15-0. I believe this is round robin, Laura. So, right now, the U.S. are in the ascendancy, having not lost a match, and I don't expect them to see them lose a match in this situation either. Manila and Cooper Ryder on the right.
Cooper Ryder got nailed.
And that's the cost sometimes of serving over to your partner's side. Point given. Laime's not happy with that.
That would make it 2 if the call stands. She doesn't appeal.
So they think 2 calls have gone against him, and if I'm Bolivia, I might say, you know what? I do want those line judges. Super Rider Manila won last year, took home a gold medal. As of yesterday, both of these Americans were still in the singles draw. Haven't seen the results today.
That's right, we'd have to check that. Those of you at home can check that at internationalracquetball.com.
Go to events and look for live events, and you'll see the draws updated regularly.
Nice rally, good effort from Manila. Is it Manila or Manila? Manila. All right, looks like our second line judge has hopped down on the court. Jaime Martel from Chihuahua, Mexico.
So the Bolivian pair, having watched them last night and Laime this morning, she is the much better player. Takes the majority of shots that are 50-50. And Meneses, hopefully pronouncing that right, apologies if I don't. She's a little slow around the court. She hits a clean ball, but she doesn't move very well. And there's a good example of that, needing to stay low and have quick feet. And if I'm the US coaches, can't see who, it looks like Nick Maltabano is coaching. My suggestion would be to keep it on the right side, and this shouldn't be a long match.
We'll see. Right now it's 2-0 at the start of game 1. Looking for a court hinder. They're going to get a point. Two points in a row.
Laime had a tough singles match this morning against Gabby Martinez, losing in 2. Fought hard in the first. It was very close. She had a game point, but then kind of fell away in the second. You wonder how much fatigue might be a factor there. Should give credit to Honduran Sergio Ortega. He's playing in 3 divisions.
Wow.
16s, 18s, and doubles. So he's on the court a lot each day.
Yeah, he's got to keep his energy up, and in this high altitude too, that's an extra challenge.
Indeed.
There's a side out then for the U.S. I think Mania already served. She started out serving.
She couldn't remember. Good pickup from Laime, covered her partner. Should be a replay. Looked like an awkward bounce off the back wall. They're going to appeal this. He didn't call a replay, he called a point. So this shouldn't take very long. They just need to appeal. Looks like they did.
The call, yep.
So ball, both line judges overturn it. So we are going to have a replay. That's why we have the line judges. Bolivia wished they had line judges earlier, and they had a couple calls go against them.
That's right.
I should say, as an official myself, it does help having line judges because it takes the pressure off of having to get the call right absolutely every time. And in doubles, it's so difficult sometimes to see when 4 players are in front of you. They're 3 feet away from the front wall and turn around and say, what's the call?
There's a lot happening, a lot of bodies.
And so having those line judges take some of that pressure off of, this is what I saw, you're welcome to disagree with me, and that's a good thing to have. So the Bolivians creeping up. They're at 2-5, second server.
Side out for USA.
Good shot from Cooper Ryder on the right. Laime did well to get out of the way there.
Oh, what a big lunge for Laime.
Cooper Ryder
Couillard keeps it alive.
doesn't put it down.
Oh, and that ball sneaks right by Mania. Tough rally.
Doubles, one of the shots in doubles that is very effective is the wide angle. Because you have two side by side, often one ends up in front of the other. If they don't and they're side by side, you want to get behind them. They're trying to block everything off. Almost in tennis, when you have somebody up at the net, they're trying to stop you from getting past. And so a wide angle can really help because it gets to the edge of the wall and kicks back to the middle where neither player is. Still useful in singles, of course, but not as much. Oh, and a big skip from Cooper Ryder.
All right, it's 2 serving 5. Olivia ready to serve. Something
This is just my estimation, Laura, but in doubles, and singles it's true as well, but more so in doubles, the team that skips the least is the one that wins. You don't have to hit perfect, clean shots. It's more about who makes the least unforced errors. That should be a replay. It hit the microphone.
Yeah, right on there.
Lob down the line on the right side. Skip from Cooper Ryder.
Cooper Ryder. I did spoke with Erica Mania before some of the matches throughout this week, and this is her last year playing and to be eligible for juniors. She also currently plays at University of Arizona, or excuse me, Arizona State University. ASU.
And her brother is also a former junior player here at the World Championships. We saw him in 2014 in Colombia. He's in Colorado studying right now. Both parents are here supporting Erica.
Yeah, nice to see racquetball, a family not only just within your own family, but a community outside of that. And I think that's been one of the biggest differences at Junior Worlds is you're not only seeing teams and countries come together, but families coming out and making it quite an event for the whole family. And it has a really nice feel to see that kind of support. And it extends just beyond their own immediate family. It's, you know, Team USA is a whole family.
And it's Team USA, but also the, that'll be a replay. But also players getting involved with participating with other players in dinners and things like that. There's a lot of community. They see each other at least every year at these events, and so it's kind of a family within a family. This should be a replay. Situation like that, you might ask for an avoidable too. Laime was moving forward to hit that shot. Cooper Ryder clearly in her way. Sometimes I think that appeals are underused. Avoidable isn't called as much as it could be, and appeals are underused.
Yeah, avoidables are a tough call. I feel like that's a challenge that we see a lot in racquetball. When to call that, when not to.
U.S. need to go down the lines like that. Second serve. Very nice from Cooper Ryder on the right. Meneses had to move left to get out of the way, put her out of position. Cooper Ryder had all the time she needed.
Ties it up, 6-6. Oh.
Jam serve that time. Talked about the jam serve being effective in doubles because it usually puts both players on their backhand unless the ball runs around. Unless they take it in the middle.
They're having a little trouble with the scoreboard up on the big screen, which means sometimes the players can't see it. And if you can't hear the score, then I think, you know, just a little bit difficult for the players. So they're clarifying the score there for Team Bolivia. It is 7-6 in game 1. We do have one more match that we'll be live streaming after this. We have the boys 18 and under doubles.
Yes, I hope you stay for that. It'll be Canada, Bolivia. There's a point there. Again, that jam that creates indecision. Who's going to hit it?
Yeah.
But one of the players worth watching is Mina from Bolivia. Very fine player. Saw him streamed a couple days ago. And always worth watching him play. Bolivia has some excellent players here. One of the things they don't have that many coaches do have is that head coach who provides some structure and oversees programming and kind of makes sure everybody has that team spirit, so to speak. I've spoken with some of the Bolivians this week, and that's one of the things they mentioned is that there's not the team spirit. Maybe they don't have the team meetings and the dinners together and things like that.
Could make a difference, too, in bringing everyone together.
Indeed.
Bolivia going to take a quick time out, see if they can regroup and step back into game 1. We'll be right back in just a moment. We're back now at the 28th Junior World Championship, where Team USA is leading 10-6 over Bolivia. Yeah, that's what I said.
A necessary timeout for Bolivia. We have tablets for the referees to use, which allows them to keep score, which is then transmitted to computer or TV screens up above the court, which allows everybody to see who's playing, what the score is. And that's been very useful for the referees. One of the things I like about it is it picks up doubles, so it allows you to indicate the second server and keep track of that. Earlier this week, I refereed 2 Argentines who are brothers and look almost identical. I thought they were identical twins. They're not, apparently. And so I had trouble tracking which one was serving, and the only way I could identify them was through their shoes. And so having the second server makes it a little bit easier.
Very effective for you.
Erica puts it down. Ania.
There's a point for USA.
You saw in that situation how Laime ran from the left side into the middle. Clearly she's the authority. She wants to take this and take charge of this match. She did that last night as well. She's the stronger player.
Yeah, that's something we've talked about in doubles too, is usually that one player taking the lead and being more of the leader out on the court, and certainly that's Laime.
And there's interesting dynamics in doubles because the assumption is if you put two great singles players together, you're gonna have a great team. It doesn't work like that. You can see
Not so much.
You can see players who aren't great singles players be highly successful in doubles because they understand the game. Maybe they have one side better than the other. And so you can see a doubles team really play extremely well against players that in singles they would easily lose to.
Right.
Which is why, for example, in tennis, you have double specialists who don't even play singles because they're not that good.
Wouldn't you say some of the strategies between singles and doubles would be different then as well? I mean, if we're talking about having more people on the court, communication is a factor. You know, maybe some of the shots that work for you in singles aren't going to work in doubles because that person's going to be there waiting for it.
Yeah, one of the huge things in doubles is, you know, making a shot is making a shot. You do it in singles, you do it in doubles. But one of the huge things is communication on defense. Understanding, okay, that looks like this, I'm running up, and if I run up, my teammate's gonna cover me here, and it's just having that understanding so that it's harder for your team, your opponents to score a point. And there's an example of miscommunication. Meneses, I think, thought she was screened, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Doesn't matter, we continue. Wow, nice shot.
Yeah. I like when it just kind of fumbles there in the corner of the court.
The other thing I mentioned with Gary when he was on air is that sometimes in doubles, players tend to get lazy in how they prepare to return serve, even in singles to some extent. But in doubles, the assumption is, oh, the ball's going to this side, therefore I can be lazy in how I prepare. And players may then look at that and serve to that side, trying to catch them off guard.
Second serve.
Excellent from Cooper Ryder.
That makes it game 15-7 is the final score for game one. We're still working on getting the scoreboard fixed here down on the ground, but we'll be right back in just a few minutes with game two. Let's see if Team Bolivia can answer back and send it to a breaker. It's the 28th Junior World Championship, and this is game two of our girls 18 and under doubles match. Coming up after this, we will be live streaming one more quarterfinal, which will feature the 18 and under boys doubles. I'm Laura McCormick, and Timothy Baghurst has been providing commentary just about all week as well, not just on the broadcast today of the quarterfinals. You can find Tim's previous broadcast on the IRF YouTube channel.
And I apologize in advance if I stumble over things after a few hours of commentary.
A few hours, Tim.
Well, we wanted to give everybody some coverage. We wanted to catch a lot of different matches across multiple ages and countries, just because, you know, these are the exciting matches because we're at the quarterfinals and on. But that doesn't mean to say we don't have some great matches, and we want to show everybody what each country can offer and what we do here. And it's been fun to see the 10s, for example, playing, and everybody watching at home and at work. And I hope you've enjoyed it. I had a parent come up this morning and thank us for showing their 10-year-old son on the stream. And so we enjoy it. That's why we do it. We enjoy streaming and watching it. And we hope you do too at home. And as a favor, we just ask that you share our stream with your friends and family. We'll be back on tomorrow after our final match today.
Yep,
Next.
We'll have the semifinals tomorrow, starting again at 11 a.m. Central Time. But you can get the full schedule and all the details at internationalracquetball.com.
And we'll post that schedule once we know that schedule.
Yep.
They usually
later tonight
determine the matches later tonight. want to thank all the
Skip for Medina.
officials who are here, as well as the staff who worked so hard to make this a tremendous event. Almost got hit there. Went right between the two of them. It's a half out.
Yeah, to me, that's part of the different strategy I was thinking about in the difference between singles and doubles. In doubles, it seems like you hit it down the center and you have a good chance of splitting the two partners.
It depends how they
Ideally.
play. It
Yeah.
depends how they play. There's two basic formats, side to side or front and back. So if they do play front and back, going down the middle isn't going to be as successful. And you'll see sometimes one player will stand in front of the other. But
Fortunate for Vanessa's a skip.
in the situation here, we have Nick Montalbano, who's coaching the U.S., and Bolivia have nobody sitting in the coach's corner here. So they have to figure it out on their own, which is a big disadvantage.
Yeah, that's interesting. We saw that in Laime's singles match earlier today in the quarterfinals as well. And Bolivia has a big racquetball attraction and big racquetball program.
They do indeed. I believe they have something in the region of 500 courts in Bolivia.
Unbelievable.
But I don't think they have the infrastructure at the country, nation level to have the organization to put together teams. Rather, it's individuals who come with their parents, and maybe a coach from a club will come with 3 or 4 kids. It just really depends. And so it's just a little different. And it's, I think it's a little frustrating because they are highly talented.
Yeah.
And I won it a couple of years ago, and I think they have the potential to win it. Not every year, but be competitive every year. But I think they're let down a little bit by, as we said, the team camaraderie, the support, the coaching staff, and it makes it just a little bit difficult. Hold on, we've got an appeal here.
Judges are split on that, so the call is going to stand. Score is 3-2.
Should be a replay there. Laime apologizes. It's in Mania's way. It's an excellent serve. Skip ball.
Oh, Bolivia in the lead, 4-2.
U.S. team just need to play mistake-free.
Right.
You know, when I was first starting out as a player, I spoke to somebody in our state and asked, you know, you're a great player. Can you give me some advice? And he said, you never have an excuse not to hit the front wall.
Right.
And yeah, there's times where you're chasing a ball and you can't get there. But when you have an opportunity to hit the front wall and you don't do it, you're just giving your opponent free points. You're not making them earn it.
And why would you do that?
Here's an opportunity at the front.
Another mistake from Team USA and a point for Bolivia makes it 6-2.
Quite a reversal from game one.
Oh,
But
yeah.
look at the number of skips they've had in just the last few rallies.
And that's what you were talking about in game one, that it's important to not make those types of mistakes and not have those skips. Looks like they're thinking about taking a timeout.
Yeah, they had a good long conversation about whether
Yeah.
they should. I think Cooper Ryder wanted
I think
to.
it's
And
a good time then to maybe take a timeout and see if they can regroup. We'll be right back in just a minute. Let's see what Team USA can do in the break. We're back in game 2 of our 28th Junior World Championship 18 and under girls doubles match. Team USA had a bit of a split decision on whether or not they wanted to go to that timeout. So I think it's a good call that they did. They had a couple mistakes in a row, a couple skip balls.
general rule of thumb, if anyone wants a timeout, you take a timeout.
Yeah, I don't think
Why
it's
would
up for
you
discussion.
want to stay on the court when somebody's not comfortable?
You're a little disconnected then at that point.
And I've heard teams, not this week at least, but doubles teams, you know, I didn't want to ask the other player for a timeout, or I felt uncomfortable asking for it. And really that's where you need the cohesion, the teamwork, where you're working together. And if somebody says, I need a timeout, you got it.
Yeah. That's what a team's all about. Good coverage from Cooper Ryder.
Laime, excellent, wide angle.
Oh,
Hit
Cooper
the
Ryder
sidewall, came
again with some
across.
good coverage, but that one just short of that front wall. All right, looks like they got a little bit of their teamwork back together again. 7-2.
Yeah, it looked like encroachment. That's a good call. U.S. are going to appeal this, no surprise, but I think the referee got it good here. One disagrees, one agrees. This time the opposite sides. Mania looks over to some of her teammates. She smiles.
All right, that's going to make the score now 8-2.
Yeah, as soon as you encroach, that's a loss of rally. Doesn't matter what happens after that. They serve to the right.
Ooh.
Cooper Ryder.
Can't handle it in that corner.
Wasn't a particularly difficult serve. I don't know. Maybe she just lost it in the glass.
Yeah, maybe lost in a bit of the light too.
See Laime running over to the forehand.
Oh,
and
that
hits
ball.
Mania. Laime really is the one dictating the points here.
Such a turnaround from game one as Bolivia leads 10-2.
Good shot from Mania.
Earns them a half out. Vanessa serving.
This is a surprise, though, considering the U.S. have won all their matches so far and beating Guatemala. Guatemala pretty comfortable yesterday against Bolivia. Laime. Long rally here.
Skip for Laime. USA returns to the service box.
With a change of serve.
Second serve.
This will come off the back wall. Oh, and completely missed by Laime. That's rare. Free point for USA.
3 serving 10.
That's nice from Mania, straight down the line, 2 bounces.
Right up against that wall. 4 serves 10. 2 points in a row for USA. USA getting a little bit of momentum off that left side.
Yeah,
3
they're
points.
using the left. Laime is trying to cover everything, and so she's leaving her side a little bit open.
One point at a time for USA.
I didn't hear if that was a replay or a point.
They're looking back like they're expecting something. Just like that, USA chipping away.
Right.
Bunch of points, 6-10.
Timeout Bolivia.
Yeah,
it doesn't
maybe.
look like it's going to happen. So you can see on the right, Cooper Ryder up at the front rather than the back. And the idea behind that is it allows Mania to hit that jam serve across. Nice hands from her. Power against power. She's the winner.
7-10. I mean, when Mania got in the box, it was 2, so 2 serving 10. So this is a great done for Bolivia to call that timeout. And like you said, it's tough when you don't have a coach helping you make that decision on the sidelines. We're going to take a quick break and see what Bolivia can do in this timeout. We're back at the game 2 of USA and Bolivia. USA with 5 points in a row, making it 7 serving 10. Bolivia finally calling that timeout, seeing if they can shake things up now against USA. Interesting comeback, those 5 points in a row, and amazing how that momentum just changes.
Doubles especially is a game of momentum. And you see wide swings in points scored because both sets of players get an opportunity to score as servers. Good shot from Laime.
Good timeout for Bolivia.
Indeed. There's going to be appeal.
Oh, they're calling a skip. Bolivia appeals. I thought that shot was good.
Oh, wow. One agree, one disagrees.
Wow.
That's tough. It is what it is.
Makes it 8-10 now for USA.
I saw a good shot. You can make up your own minds.
You can make up your own mind. It won't really matter for this game, but we all thought it was good. It's still going to be 8-10.
So if Mania does that again, and I'm coaching the Bolivian team, I'm asking Meneses to just rip that down the line because she's hitting it to the right side. Cooper Ryder's right there, and you're looking at an avoidable hinder. Instead, she's facing, standing very straight onto the front wall. And so she's pushing with her backhand. If she turns slightly, that's a little better. She can attack that with her forehand.
That's going to tie it up now, 10-10.
8 points in a row.
Yeah, came back from a 2-10 deficit. 7 points alone from Erica Mania serving.
Clean.
Wow. Puts USA in the lead now in game 2. Team USA on the sidelines cheering them on.
Good pickup from Meneses. Looks like we have a replay. Court hinder off the back wall.
Court hinder off that door.
I don't know that you can stop, you can appeal when the referee stops play. Because what do you say? Bolivia didn't win the point, the US didn't win the point.
But they're going to try to appeal a court hinder. But if they already made this signal, doesn't that mean that they use an appeal? Maybe not. Big skip from Meneses. Makes it 12-10.
They need to get the Americans into the backcourt. That's where they were successful earlier.
What a turn of events here in game 2.
And Bolivia need to take that timeout, in my opinion.
11 straight points for USA. Bolivia hasn't even stepped into the service box.
Simple from Cooper Ryder.
It's now match point for Team USA.
And they're not taking their timeout. Instead, they're switching. Almost an I formation, one in front of the other. Oh, good hands from Menezes. This will come off the back wall. Mania. Oh, and 2 bounces.
Wow. Menezes doing a great job in the front court.
Well, Mania had a chance to go down the line. It was open. She went cross court. Let's see if that cost them. 5 points away, 2 opportunities to serve. Hit the wire, so that'll be a first serve. Let's see if she serves to Cooper Ryder. She does. Beautiful from Cooper Ryder.
What a return. Half out.
That serve was a little too low. A little bit higher, and that would have pushed Cooper Ryder a couple of feet back. There's a side out.
2 great returns from Cooper Ryder.
Match point number 2.
Second serve.
Wow, that's a confident shot on match point. Second server. Laimé switches sides. Digs it out off the back.
Nice.
Cooper Ryder skips it into the floor. 3 match points saved.
Wow. Olivia holding on now as Laimé serves.
Great serve. Doesn't make the front wall.
It's going to make it 11-14. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
She
Nice
sticks
hands.
with it. Yeah, she chases that ball down.
She didn't quit.
Point, 12-14.
I've never seen her play before this week, and I have to say I'm impressed. She's very composed. She doesn't really lose it too much, even when she's down.
Ooh.
It's her own player.
Oh, miscommunication.
But it's not over. 12-14. We need a good serve here for Bolivia if they want to stay in this.
Oh,
that'll work.
Or a skip from USA.
So you notice that one, though, was a little bit higher than the last one.
Yeah, just the right height.
We'll see if she attacks this one or waits for it to come into the back. She waits. It's a good serve. Oh, and a skip from Mania. U.S. taking their timeout. 14 serves 14.
Tensions are high in game 2. We'll be right back and see who can get that 15th point. Well, now Bolivia has dug themselves out of a bit of a deficit, and it's 14-14, which the first of 15 can either send us to a breaker or win this match and move on to the semifinals, which we will be live streaming tomorrow. We do have one more event tonight that we will be live streaming. That's the boys doubles 18 and under. It's Bolivia versus Canada.
We've had great representation across many countries today.
That's right.
It's good to see so many countries here.
13 countries, 186 players, and age range from 8 to 18. Oh, wow. Nice side out for Team USA. All they need is one more.
Let's see what serve Mania comes up with. Z serve. It's a great serve. Here's her opportunity.
Keeps it up. Oh.
There it is.
Team USA pulls out the win, 15-14, coming from that deficit at 2-10. Just a pretty incredible game 2. That was really fun to watch. Of course, we hope people at home enjoy that. Tim, any final thoughts before we take a quick break?
Well, it just goes to show you that the game's not over until somebody reaches 15. And it's easy to get your head down and to start to think negatively when you're down. But once you start to focus on what you can control, good things happen. And for the U.S., they started getting some good serves in, and Bolivia got a little bit tighter, started to make some errors themselves. And so it's important to understand that it doesn't matter what the score is. You just focus on the point you're playing and go to the next point. And getting that, oh, we've already got a 10-2 lead, we're fine, we're going to win this, you're starting to lose concentration and you're not focusing on what you should be doing. And perhaps that's what happened to Bolivia. They got a little bit too comfortable. Oh, we lost a couple points. We'll get it back. We'll get it back, as opposed to focusing on what they should be doing, which is winning that rally.
Well, thanks for those thoughts, Tim. And don't go anywhere, folks, because we have more racquetball coming up. Anything can happen in our next match as well. So tune back in for Bolivia versus Canada in the boys 18 and under doubles.